Hello and welcome to the channel. Today's video is a speed build challenge, or the first part of a challenge. It is SimmerDownMicha's 2 packs, 2 builds, 1 lot challenge. I used James Turner's pack decider and I got Realm of Magic and Vampires as my 2 packs. The rules were you had to use a 40 by 30 or higher or larger lot and split the lot in half, which I did with this Strangerville fence. For each side you can use base game plus 1 pack, and you cannot cross over the halfway line for either house. So the first house I'm building is going to be the Realm of Magic house, and my story thought for this was that there were 2 sisters whose parents were a vampire and a spellcaster. So one became a vampire and one became a spellcaster because of their parents. And they inherited this lot, but they couldn't decide on one house to kind of explain them both or suit them both. So instead they split the lot in half and decided to do it that way. So this will be the spellcaster's house. It's technically a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Like this room that I'm working on right here building is technically supposed to be a bedroom. However, I turned it into the like cauldron spell learning room kind of like deal. So it's now, I made it into a 1-bedroom, 2-bath. There is a loft library, and this spellcaster loves plants, so there will be plants all throughout this house. And there's also no electronics in this home. I did not give her a TV or him. I did not give them a TV nor a computer because I felt like they were the type of person that liked to be outdoors and doing things like that. They didn't really like to be stuck inside with electronics. So I cut out a lot of the roof building because I am really bad at roofs, and I changed this roof numerous times and I spent hours working on just that. So I cut that out to spare y'all that. You could honestly thank me for that, because you probably would have been screaming at me or just been like, no, don't do it that way. As you can tell, sometimes you can see where I did the roof, but it'll change by the end of it. So at first I worked on the outside, which I very rarely do. I typically like to do the inside first in case I have to move the house, but honestly I couldn't really move this house very far because of the restrictions. So I did the front lawn of this one in very bright colored flowers, and again I went with the Sim loves plants, and there's a lot of flowers out. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be very different from how the next part of this challenge will be. The vampire house, I made that one more of a darker type theme. I tried to stick with as much Realm of Magic stuff as I could instead of going to base game, but there are some things I absolutely had to go to base game to use. So I made this cute little bench area outside in the front yard that she could just sit there and look at nature. Of course there's a graveyard next to you, but I mean, it is what it is. I built this one in Forgotten Hollow, and I took Vlad's lot because he has the only 40 by 30 lot in the little town. And I will upload these separately. I did put this house on the lot in Glimmerbrook that had the empty house on it. So when I upload this separately, that will be on that lot, and it looked really pretty there. And I will, at the end of it, after I show the vampire house in the next part, well, that would be a separate video. But when I show the vampire house, I will upload that one separately as well. Probably on a smaller lot, because you really don't need a 40 by 30 lot for these houses separately. And I played around with the floor plan a lot. I could not get it to work the way I wanted it to. The roof wouldn't cooperate. nothing. So I went around a lot and changed, and then I made this bathroom, and then I realized that I needed that area for the loft because there's no way to look down into the living room from that way. I did have a picture that I used for inspiration for this house. It came with a floor plan, but that floor plan did not work out when I was making this house, so I kind of went with the floor plan but didn't. I like changed it up some. But anyway, while we are watching this build, I'm going to discuss the future of this channel. When I started, my goal was to post 5 days a week, and I ended up posting 7 days a week, and that got really exhausting. So then I backed it down to 6 days a week, and even now that it's kind of a lot, so I'm going to really back it down some, and the only thing on the channel that will be every single week is the 100 baby challenge, and that's only because it's a very long challenge, and if I didn't do it every week, it would probably take me twice as long. So that will still be every week on Monday. On Wednesday, I will have 2 different of my Let's Plays, but they will alternate weeks. So one week it will be my 8x8 room challenge, and then the next week it would be my Rags to Riches, and they would just alternate until they're done. And Friday will be my Let's Play day, and one week it will be my eco lifestyle, and then the next week will be single teen mom life, and alternate until they're done. And I'm doing it that way because it doesn't really give me much time to actually do anything fun in The Sims anymore. I'm constantly either editing or recording or planning things to record, and I still want to enjoy The Sims for fun, because that's genuinely why I play it. I play it for fun. So I'm going to change it back to that. So that's a guaranteed 3 videos a week. And Tuesdays and Thursdays may be like a build here or there. I'm not sure if it will be both days every week or just one day every week. So, and then of course no videos at all on Saturday or Sunday. And I'm just going to see how that feels for now. I mean, I still have other things planned that I want to do, but I want to finish what I've already started first. I have this build along with the sister part to the other part to it of the vampire house. I have one other build that I've completed. I'm just finishing editing it, and then I have another one that I've almost finished completing, and then we'll need to edit it. And then I have a few other little videos that I had planned to do, but felt like I never had the time to get them done. So that's my goal, is to get everything done that I've currently got started. And every time I come across a shell challenge, I save it, and I never have the time to actually go and complete them. So even though most of them have gone past the date of when they were supposed to be turned in, I'm still going to go back and do them, just because I want to, of course, increase my building skills, because one of the videos coming up will show you where I started in building as compared to where I am now, and I still want to get even better. So I need the time and the practice. So shell challenges should help with the practice part of that. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm headed right now. Just a 3 to 5 videos a week, depending on what I have and what I have time to get done. I mean, I've never really discussed my personal life because I try to keep that separate, if you understand what I'm trying to say. I mean, it's like my personal life is my personal life, and it has nothing to do with The Sims or this channel or anything like that. But I am a mother, so I do have to actually, you know, take care of humans who are, of course, old enough to do most of the things that they need to do for themselves, but they do still need me from time to time. And when I spend a lot of time just recording and then having to edit it down and stuff like that, I mean, what I do, like my builds, I build recording screen only and then come back and do the voiceover after I've edited it down. And so then I can you know, it's not really tough on them. But when I'm constantly recording, what was it, 4 to 5 Let's Plays a week, it was getting to be a lot. And I mean, this is a hobby. I don't want to lose my love of The Sims and stuff like that. So I'm just going to cut it down for a while and eventually get it to where I only have about 3 Let's Plays going at a time, so that it can still be every week. I've also got plans to do a kind of a Let's Play type thing / challenge that I've kind of come up with on my own, but it will not be as, it won't be recorded because it's a very long, I mean, I think it spans 30 generations, so that would be a very long Let's Play that I'm sure nobody really has the attention span to keep up with and stuff like that. So I would play that off camera, and then once every couple of weeks or once a month do a update on that. Anyway, so that would be more of a, I would do a, like an intro video to it, to where I introduce you to the main sim that I'm using for generation 1 and explain to you what's going to happen, and then every so often come back and let you know what has happened. And of course I would like share screenshots and actually record important events like weddings and the birth of the new heirs and stuff like that. But it would just be too time consuming for me as a creator and you as a viewer to actually show the whole challenge. So I'm gonna do it that way for that. And I haven't even updated the rules I had written down to include the 2 new packs that have come out, so I'm kind of behind on that. I've been doing the building for it and stuff like that. So as for my current Let's Plays and challenges that I have on the channel, my 100 baby, of course, just started, and that will probably be going on for quite a while, because it's the first time I played it, it was before YouTube and all that, so I, of course, you know, could play several hours at a time and get through a lot. But when I'm recording for the channel, I only record for less than an hour, so less than an hour a week is not a whole lot of time for that. So that one, of course, will be going on for a while. My 8x8 room challenge, she's getting closer to finishing her aspiration, so that one should be wrapping up relatively soon, but I'm not sure how long, considering I'm now changing it to once every other week. But I have plans for what happens after she finishes. So that will be the start of something new. And Rags to Riches she's getting there, so that one might not be too much longer. And my single teen mom life is getting kind of to the point where I want season 1 to end, and once that point gets there, I will of course take a break from it for a very little while and regather thoughts and try to figure out where I want her to go from there. And Eco Lifestyle, I'm just waiting for her to get to level 10 of her career and to keep Port Promise green. So then that one will conclude. So once 2 of them end, I won't be adding anything new until I can get to the point where I'm only doing 3. And also pretty soon I will be doing a giveaway, but it is in connection with one of my Let's Plays. So I'm not really sure on the specifics of it until I get to that point. And then of course I will let you know. So follow me on Twitter and stuff like that. And anyway, back to this build. I really liked this loft idea of looking down into the living room, and it took me a while to even remember that I had to have a area to where I could knock the wall down and put a fence up. So it took me a little while to get it right. And these windows here, and then it made me have to readjust the outside and everything. So I kind of made it a little bit harder on myself doing it this way, but in the end it worked out. So I'm upstairs now, and this is the bedroom, the 1 bedroom. And I've always loved this Realm of Magic bed. I've actually used it a lot in my off-camera Let's Plays because I just like the canopy look to it. It's between this one or the one from Island Living that has the high back and the canopy like thing. And then I realized I need to put a window right there so that whole side of the house didn't look off. And then I had to, of course, rearrange stuff again to get it to look right again. And it actually took me a while to figure out what I was going to do with that loft area upstairs. And that's when I decided to turn it into a library of sorts, along with a skill building area. So there are skill building items in this house, just not a TV or a computer or even a tablet. And I'm still skipping around a lot when I'm decorating. It's because I see something and it gives me an idea for another part of the house, so I just flip over to that part without thinking. So it's one of the downfalls of having ADHD, I guess. So here I am finishing, well, what I thought was finishing up the downstairs again, even though I'd already moved upstairs at one point. And I kept finding things in the decorations portion, and I kept going, oh, that would look good in the kitchen, or that would look good in the living room, and I would just constantly jump around. And the same Realm of Magic pictures got used a lot, and it was really hard. You don't have much picture selection as it is in The Sims, so it was even less pictures when you just had base game and Realm of Magic. So I had to continuously use like the same one with a different swatch. And then I was like, I kept readjusting where I wanted the dressers and stuff like that. Then I had to go readjust where I wanted to change the wall height, and I was just kind of all over the place. But in the end, it worked out. Of course, this is a no CC build. I don't use any custom content in any of my builds that I upload. There is one that is hidden behind custom content where you have to click show CC or show, I forgot how it's worded in the gallery, but you have to click that to see it. But it's the house that I originally built for the 8x8 challenge. Somebody had wanted it, so I put it up there, but that one is behind the CC block. I could very easily now just re-upload it, which I could possibly do so that it can be found easier. And but yeah, I use no CC. I very rarely use CC in my personal builds anymore, and it got to be too much. I downloaded way too much CC, and it got to the point where I couldn't find anything I was looking for anymore. I mean, you may still see the little CC symbol on some stuff as I scroll through looking for things, but it's either stuff that I have to have for like certain poses when I want to pose my Sims, or something like that. But other than that, I only use cast CC and very rarely any build CC. Anyway, so I turned this into the upstairs bathroom slash master bathroom, and I always liked the shower that came with Realm of Magic. Not too fond of the sink and the toilet, but I mean, they matched, so I went with it. And I've gotten now to where I make this little half wall next to the toilet to kind of block it off from everything else. So I just went through, decorated, threw some stuff around. There's times you'll see me just throw stuff on the floor or hang it up on the wall because I know I'm going to use it later and I just don't feel like looking for it. So here I made put some of the shelves above the bathtub to kind of give it a, where you could put things around it, like your soaps and some candles and stuff like that, just to make it look a little more fancy. And of course, plants for our plant lover. So I do have the red shelf, but I cannot use it. I've watched videos, I've watched other people use it, and they make it look so easy, and then I go to try to use it and I look like a 2-year-old trying to use it. So I'm still trying to learn that. So in the meantime, I still do the 9 key to raise it up, and then the Alt key to kind of place it where I want it. So sometimes things might look like they're floating because I can't really tell that they are. And I played around with what to put right here next to the shower for a while. At first I put these. I was just gonna put the clothes basket and the towels. I probably would have put like a washer and dryer right there, a stackable one, but I couldn't use laundry day, so I had to come up with something different. And then I changed my mind completely when I put the window there, because I didn't like the way how far down the window was on those counters. So then I started looking around, and eventually I just put shelves there and sat the towels on them and put the baskets under it, and I mean, it did its job. So anyway, I like the way that the bedroom and this bathroom turned out. I thought I was not going to like this bathroom at all until I got finished with it, and then I was like, this is a really nice bathroom after all. So yeah, I think it was the brick that was back there from when I was building this shell earlier that was throwing me off. But after I got rid of that and put actual wallpaper in there, I started to really like it better. Now this little shelf right here where I'm putting the toothbrushes, sometimes it disappears when I place the lot, and I'm sure it's that glitch again, so who knows. And Then I put mirrors behind the bathtub because I think it just makes it look kind of cool. And I put the little posts there or the columns, just to make it look a little fancier, and just hung a few things on the walls, not much. And then I put the Realm of Magic wallpaper around it with the tiles at the bottom of it, and that's when I realized that this bathroom really did look pretty good. So I've got this thing with hanging lights above the bathtub. I don't know what it is, but I always do it. It's probably the 80s/90s girl in me, I don't know. So then I came over here and I was going to put some bookshelves there, and then make a little seating area across from it by the windows. And the big ones didn't quite fit like I wanted them to, so I just used the small ones. And I was going to try to use the big ones over there. I think that ended up being, you know, too big, so I put some small ones in to kind of break it up. And then I just reconfigured the whole shape of the house again after this, and it actually made the roof a little easier for me. Apparently I'm not ready for complex roofs yet, so I did that, and I put this little seating area. And I've never used these little like arch boxes or whatever that hang on the wall, and I decided to use them. And then I put these little Day of the Dead dolls in them, and I made, you know, the ones on the sides a little bit smaller, so it kind of looked unique. Not sure why a spellcaster would have those, but you know, you never know. She might have a little bad side to her every now and again. And of course this chandelier is the only light that comes with Realm of Magic that's a hanging light, and it's so big and so clunky. And I always size it down, but I know it makes it look bad. And you know, when you're actually playing, so, but I do it anyway. And this is the little chess table because, I mean, still have to build some skills. And we've got the easel, which I ended up putting outside in the front yard. And later on, after I expanded the room out, I ended up putting a piano up there. And I think I had to cut most of that footage out. I can't remember, but I'd forgotten to make my whole screen full screen, so it really messed up the recording. And I wasn't about to try to sit there and resize each frame. So, and this wand keeps disappearing. I don't know if that's because it's technically a special item or what, but it keeps disappearing. So we're at the end of this build, and you're getting ready to go into some screenshots. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here and like my content, please hit the subscribe button. Leave me some comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!